So we're going to rewrite this as 2x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. Okay? And then let's bubble. All right, off we go. Aline, what are the factors of 2? What times what is 2? Very good. So 1x, 2x. Okay. Ariel, look down here. What are the factors of 1? 1 and 1. This is easy math, isn't it? Okay. Now, to get a negative, we either do positive times negative or negative times positive. I'm going to guess, I don't want you guys to write it down yet. So I'm going to guess that it's positive, negative. Okay? And because I'm guessing, I have to do a little bit of FOIL. I have to multiply the insides together. So 1 times 2x is 2x. And then I have to multiply the outsides together. And that's negative 1 times 1x. So that's negative x. And then if I add them together, 2x minus 1x is I'm going to get positive 1x. Now, gang, is that what's in the middle here? Positive 1x. No, it's not. So guess what? I guessed wrong. So it should be minus plus. Okay? So yeah, you're going to have to use trial and error for this problem, okay? At this point, guys, can you now put your sine x's back into these bubbles? Okay? So who can do that for me? Put the sine x's back into the bubbles. So not just x's, but sine x's. Who can do that for me? Go ahead, Philip. Right here.
Oh, okay. So it'd be sine x. Well, what do you want?
I want these two bubbles with signs in them instead of just x's.
Instead of x's?
Mm-hmm.
So the x is equal to sine x?
Mm-hmm.
Then why did you put sine x equals 1?
I didn't write anything. That's, or I'm sorry, that's sine x equals x. My mistake.
Oh.
All right.
So it'd be sine x minus 1.
Mm-hmm. And?
And then 2 sine x plus 1.
Very good. Equals 0. Okay? And then we're back to that algebra property again, guys. If a times b equals 0, then either a equals 0, so sine x minus 1 equals 0, or b equals 0. 2 sine x plus 1 equals 0. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you and your group a minute. Isolate the sine x. Add 1 to both sides, so sine x equals 1. So, Philip, on the unit circle, where is sine equal to 1? At pi over 2. Sounds good to me. Any groups concur? Pi over 2? All right, awesome. Second equation. Subtract 1, subtract 1. 2 sine x equals negative 1. Box in sine x. Divide by 2. Sine x equals negative 1/2. Emily, we're going to chop some of your answers out of there. What did you have? Where's sine negative 1/2?
7 pi over 6.
Yep.
11 pi over 6.
Okay, sounds good. So, 7 pi over 6, sine is negative 1/2. And Emily said 11 pi over 6, sine is negative 1/2. So yeah, if you guys said 3 answers, you were correct. Okay, excellent job. Things are very, very bad when you have 2 different trig functions in the same equation. So we can't do it the way that we're doing it. We need one equation with one trig function in it. So we either want an equation with all sines or with all cosines. So I need you guys to look up on the board at our identities and see if we can replace anything. Okay, and if you see anything to replace, raise please. Or look on your orange sheet too. You don't have to look on the board. Destiny, what do you want to replace? So you want to replace sine squared x with what please again? All right, do you guys agree from the board? All right, that sounds good. So now we'll have 2 parentheses 1 minus cosine squared x plus 3 cosine x minus 3 equals 0. Never work with something that has 2 different trig functions in it, okay? Make your algebra teachers happy. What was that property that we're going to do next? Distributive, very good. So 2 times 1 is 2, minus 2 times cosine squared is 2 cosine squared, plus 3 cosine x, minus 3 equals 0. Now, anybody see any like terms in there? Raise please, don't yell them out. Anybody see any like terms? Christian, what do you see? 2 and negative 3. Now, can we also make sure we write this in descending order? So the negative 2 cosine squared x goes first. The plus 3 cosine x goes next. Christian, 2 and a negative 3, what do those make? Good, equals 0. Now what are you guys going to hypothesize you're going to do? Bubble is excellent choice, but never want to bubble with a negative leading coefficient, okay? So how do you get rid of a negative leading coefficient? You divide everything by negative 1. And that means everything. So you take every term and divide it by a negative 1. Okay? All right, so now we're going to get 2 cosine squared x. 3 divided by negative 1 is minus 3 cosine x. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is plus 1 equals 0. Okay? And then we're going to let x equal cosine x. So it's a little confusing to bubble when you just have when you have the cosines in there. All right, Ryan, what would we be bubbling? Yeah, and I'm sorry. It's 2x squared. Keep going. No, you're fine. Minus. Oh, don't do the bubbles. I just want to know what I'm bubbling. And? Good. All right, so now we have to bubble that, guys. I'm going to give you a second to bubble. Anybody think they have the bubbles? Anybody have the bubbles? Nobody has the bubbles. Factors of 2, Nick. What are the factors of 2? What times what? 2 times 1. So I can do 1 there and 2 there. Okay. Excellent. Destiny, what are the factors of 1? 1 times 1. Okay. How do we get a positive from the chart? Either a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. Well, guess what the middle tells you guys? What does it tell you? Negative. Good. Okay. All right, let's put the cosines back in. So we have cosine x minus 1 and 2 cosine x minus 1. Okay, I'm going to let you guys, okay, this could be 2 pi or 0. They want the very first solution that would be on the cosine curve. What would come first, 2 pi or 0? 0. So they want 0 as your other solution, okay? All right, last one. Dude, don't worry about the 3x being here. Just work on doing what we have been doing, which is isolate the term with the variable. Okay? All right. Let's see. Lexi, what do I do to both sides here?
Or add one.
Add 1. Sounds good. Excellent choice. So we have 2 cosine 3x equals 1. Box in cosine 3x. Mackenzie, how do we get rid of the 2? There's multiplication. What's the divide by 2? So now we have cosine 3x equals a half. Everybody good so far? Next thing we do is we go to our unit circle and we find where cosine is a half. So can you guys find where cosine is a half? Tom, question? Oh, got him. Where's cosine a half?
1 5 pi over 3.
Yeah, one of them is 5 pi over 3.
And the other 1 pi over 3.
Yes. So 5 pi over 3 and pi over 3. So set them up like that. Everybody find them on the unit circle? Okay. And when you set them up, set them equal to 3x. Okay. And master solvers that you are, if I want to get the x by itself, what do I have to divide by? 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3. And this is where, guys, I need you to use your calculators. We have to do 5/3 divided by 3 on your calculator. So what is 5/3 divided by 3? 5/9. So we're going to put 5 pi over 9. And then let's divide by 3 over here. Now what are you going to be dividing by on your calculator? 1/3 divided by 3. So what do you get? 1/3 divided by 3. Yeah, so pi over 9. And those are not on the unit circle, so there was no way you could have gotten them from the unit circle. Okay? All right. Can you and your groupies, after we rewrite this? All right. Can you and your groupies solve the second one?